You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Thursday, May 7th. I'd like to share some thoughts about CEOs.
Yeah, specifically how Korean executives are basically using disruption as a weapon right now.
Exactly. I mean, while global execs are busy playing defense against supply chain shocks, Korean leadership is doing the exact opposite.
Right. They are going on the offensive.
Just look at Naver, the Korea's dominant search platform. They just dropped 33 billion won, which is about 22.5 million US dollars, into Kurly.
Oh, the premium grocery app.
Yeah, that one. And the timing is just brutal. They made this move right after Coupang, the country's leading e-commerce player, suffered that massive data breach.
Right, and that breach cost Coupang a 354.5 billion won first quarter loss, so like $242 million.
It's like, I don't know, building a fortress while your rival's gates are completely broken.
It's a textbook opportunistic strike. I mean, sure, Coupang's chairman Kim Bum-seok aggressively defended their combination of selection and price as a growth engine on the recent earnings call, but the blood is in the water.
So for a multinational retail executive listening right now, what's the takeaway?
Well, it's a ticking clock for you. Naver is using Coupang's distraction to fund some really expensive logistics infrastructure. They're positioning to be a formidable, vertically integrated distribution partner in Korea, and you need to evaluate them as an option right now.
And this strategy of exploiting disruption, it isn't limited to digital retail. It's happening in heavy industry, too. You've got major cables, Korea's massive family-controlled conglomerates like LG Chem, SK Chemicals, and GS Caltex.
Right. They are just pouring capital into advanced plastic recycling.
Yeah. LG Chem alone just invested 310 billion won, roughly $212 million, into supercritical pyrolysis.
Just don't mistake this for a corporate ESG initiative.
But really, it's not about sustainability.
No, I mean, it's a hardcore resource security play. Instead of relying on imported Middle Eastern oil, technologies like supercritical pyrolysis and depolymerization literally melt waste plastic down to its molecular level.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're effectively turning local trash into domestic crude through circular refining. So if you're a downstream manufacturing CEO, your procurement reality is permanently shifting. You will soon have access to virgin equivalent recycled feedstocks at a massive scale, completely bypassing those geopolitical risks.
That drive for resource independence is bleeding straight into the capital markets, too, which are just absolutely exploding. Korea's main index, the KOSPI, just hit 7,384.
That's huge.
And Samsung Electronics, they just crossed a $1 trillion market cap.
Think about what a $1 trillion Samsung means for commercial relationships, though. That valuation gives them unprecedented negotiating leverage over the global supply chain. For tech executives, it signals immense market conviction in Samsung's AI chip roadmap.
But wait, we have to look at the reality of the broader market here.
Yeah.
With U.S. 30-year yields hitting 5%, isn't this trillion-dollar valuation running purely on AI hype?
It's a valid concern.
I mean, the Buffett Indicator, which measures total market cap against nominal GDP, where Warren Buffett considers anything over 100% overvalued, that's flashing red at 256% in Korea right now.
Yeah, and at the same time, the KOSPI, Korea's domestic fear gauge, surged to 60. The tension is very real.
Plus, you've got macro headwinds like sticky oil inflation and potential Korean rate hikes.
Exactly. Add in a highly volatile political calendar with Korea's June local elections and the U.S. midterms in November. As an executive, you must verify if your capital commitments in Korea are actually backed by strong business fundamentals. If U.S. interest rates sustain above 5%, those sky-high Korean equity multiples are going to face severe compression pressure.
Well, we are already seeing those multiples fracture globally. The AI rally pushed the SOX semiconductor index to an all-time high, up 54% since late March.
With Korea and Taiwan leading the G20 markets.
Right, but over in China, the Hang Seng Tech index actually dropped 10.6%.
That divergence is essentially a real-time map of exactly where AI infrastructure spending is flowing within the supply chain. Korean and Taiwanese chip makers are capturing the value. Meanwhile, the drop in China signals an urgent need for Chinese tech giants to transform their core platforms.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so if your multinational operates within their ecosystem, their urgency directly impacts your strategic roadmap.
So with all these regional fractures and overheating risks, what is actually stopping the Korean market from a severe correction?
Well, it comes back to the National Pension Service Korea's state-run fund. They now hold stakes of 5% or more in half of all listed Korean companies. They just crossed 1,700 trillion won in assets.
Which is roughly 1.16 trillion US dollars.
Exactly. They are the ultimate buffer. Back in the January 2026 policy decision, the MPS suspended their domestic equity allocation ceiling, which enabled this massive accumulation.
Yeah.
And at their end of May investment committee meeting, they will set the 2027 to 2031 midterm allocation plan. If they formalize that raised ceiling, they create a massive market floor, permanently neutralizing mechanical selling pressure.
Which completely changes the calculus for any executive timing, M&A, or valuations in Korea. It definitely leaves you pondering if Samsung's upcoming Q2 guidance will actually justify its new trillion-dollar status. That's today's AI Prism CEOs. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Won I4A award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.